Hey everyone. Um yeah, I'm saying this like there's going to be a bunch of people watching this video, but in reality it'll probably be like 5 people if that. So, anyways, my name is Michael and recently I've been just stirring up this idea in my head of a channel that I wanted to create. Um because I spend a ton of time on YouTube like consuming content, and I just feel like it's my time to kind of like start to be a little bit more creative and actually contribute to YouTube content that's out there instead of always just like scrolling and watching video after video. Um, and I've been watching a lot of like finance related videos and um, kind of like horror videos of people with like crazy amounts of credit card debt, crazy amounts of like really high car payments, getting repossessed, and then also some personal finance channels like Dave Ramsey, how he kind of uses the baby steps to help people become millionaires. And I've gotten to a point in my career also where I'm starting to have a little bit more money left over after paying all of my expenses. So I just want to make sure that that money is being used in the right way, and I'm not just wasting it all on, trying to increase my lifestyle, like with the lifestyle creep that we know about, just buying unnecessary things, and just help my money be put to good use for me and my wife. So yeah, the name of this channel is Transparent Living, and my reasoning behind naming it that is because in our society, I feel like a lot of people kind of shy away from a lot of important topics in life, and they're really either embarrassed to talk about it, or they just don't want to own up to it themselves and own up to their true like situation in life. So people will like escape from their problems by going out and buying more stuff, or they'll try to chase happiness by buying a new car or by going on a trip or something like that. But after you drive that car around for like a month or two and you're making $800-900 a month payments, or if you come back from that trip and you wonder why you're depressed for like 2 weeks when you come back from a vacation, I mean, that's because you're in more debt and your problems are worse than they were a month ago, 2 months ago. So I think it's a lot of it is just about like being honest with myself and taking a deep dive into my personal finances in hopes that other people can also do the same for themselves and hopefully end up in a better position financially or mental health wise, things like that. So some of the main topics that I want to discuss. This channel will be mainly focused on personal finance. And I'm not giving advice to people. I'm just going to take a look at my own personal finances and kind of describe and go through my thought process and describe what I'm going to do. It'll be focused on things like budgeting, creating a budget, debt payoff, which is actually what I want to lead off with because it's the most scary number that I have on my, say, personal balance sheet. Basically, we're in the red right now and we're trying to get out of it. But, so it'll be that, as well as what I'm going to be thinking about and planning for when I want to buy a house. Basically how I see what I can afford. That'll be sometime in the future. Also, talk about like retirement savings, which is an area that I am really far behind in at my tender age of 32. I think it's time to start thinking about that. Let's see, what else? And also a little bit of just like little things like, say credit cards. I'm Credit cards are something that I wasn't very good at back in the day, but now I've gotten a lot better and I have a couple good credit cards and I really just want to like take advantage of the benefits that they offer. And so yeah, I might discuss that once in a while. But really just things that people can take away and use in their everyday life. But then I also want to use that theme of transparency, like transparent living, and touch on topics regarding like mental health, stress in the workplace, relationships. I've been married to my wife for coming up on a year here in about a month. So that's been a very big like learning experience, growing experience for both of us. Yeah, and I think just want to talk about, all kinds of things, but always with the underlying theme of just being transparent with yourself and honest with your true position. Because too many times, like on a daily basis, basically, I run into people that are trying to like show out, just like trying to act like they're rich, but in reality, like the bank owns their car, their house will be paid off in 30 years. They're barely making ends meet, making a ton of money, and they have credit card debt and they can't get out of it. So I just want to just feel like it would be helpful to see an example for other people, and hopefully they can kind of do the same for themselves. Yeah, as I said, this isn't going to be like a financial advice, a budgeting advice type of thing. I'm not claiming to be your financial advisor. So this is really just a channel that I want to do for myself in order to kind of use a little bit more creativity. I'm going to be doing the editing. Like I'm really looking forward to learning how to edit a video. So you guys will see those skills probably progress over time, along with like presenting skills and things like that. So yeah, it's just a kind of a growing experience, and it's something that can keep me honest. So that's really the gist of why I'm creating this channel. So I hope you guys can enjoy. My main thing that I want to start with, want to get right into the nitty gritty here. I'm in a lot of debt. I am in a lot of debt. So thankfully, there's no credit card debt. I'll go into what I have used credit cards for in a different video. But yeah, last year I put a lot of money on a credit card. And mainly that was my wife's engagement ring. So, I didn't go like super extravagant, but I did buy her a nice ring, and I opened a credit card that had a 15-month 0% APR like promo, and I got it all paid off last month within that time period. So I'm happy about that. And now it's time to be focusing on the next beast of debt that I have, and that is my student loans. So if we go over to my Nelnet account, my student loan servicer, you can see I have $65,000 worth of debt. Now this is my loan summary here. So these loans are split up into 12 different groups, and I am on the extended graduated repayment plan. I've been in repayment for about 12, maybe 14 months. And when I did that, I was right out of college, and I was like, oh my gosh, no, COVID's over. We're going back into repayment. I need the lowest possible payment I can get. So that's what I picked. Extended graduated repayment plan. I'm not on like a income driven repayment. I didn't get in on the save plan or anything like that. So yeah, this is basically, they start out really low, my minimum payments, and then they increase every 2 years. And then the caveat, or like the rule for this repayment plan, is that your minimum monthly payment by the end of the term cannot exceed 1.5 times what your minimum payment would be if you chose the standard repayment plan. So I don't know the exact numbers, but I believe it was about 789 would have been my minimum monthly payment on the standard 10-year repayment plan. And if you do, 1.5 times that, you come out to, the 1183 that I had up on the screen. I mean, and this number to me is just like so scary. I'm not okay with this. So this is officially the day that I start doing something about it. And I just want to kind of document what I'm doing. So I took everything that's on this loan summary here. I went and I put on this in this spreadsheet. So I'm going to be updating this maybe on a monthly basis, I would say. Maybe monthly would be good, every 2 months or so. So this it lists all my student loans by groups. I have 12 different groups of loan, and I've paid literally nothing towards the principal on these in the 14 payments of $273 that I've made. So I didn't realize that was happening, really. I didn't realize that none of my payment was going towards the principal. So no wonder it's going to be a 25-year loan term. I want to look at my payment history here. How do I find that? No, I'm not trying to schedule a payment. Payment activity. All right. All payment history. You can see I started back in October 2023, 282, 564. This is before I chose the extended graduated repayment plan that I'm on. I was like, man, $565. Like, I can't do that. So I went in and found the cheapest one possible. But now I'm like, okay, I think it's time to reevaluate my decision making there. And if you can see this column here applied to principal, zeros all the way down. And I'm making, $270 payments. There's one here for $156 that went to principal. I'm not sure why, honestly. Probably because there wasn't a ton of unaccrued interest. But yeah, as you can see, I've paid a couple $1,000s towards my student loans in these 14 months, and nothing's going to principal. And yeah, going back to this, my outstanding balance is higher than my principal balance. Now it's at $65,000 outstanding, and the principal has not moved. $63,595. So really, that just does not sit well with me. So it's time to make a change. My interest rates range from 3.51 all the way up to 6.29. And there's 3 of them here. These 3 loans have the highest interest rates, and those were those are the most recent student loans that I took out. And the majority of those covered my master's degree. So one good thing about these student loans is at least I have something to show for it. I got my bachelor's in accounting at my local state university here, and then I went to the same school and got my master's in accounting. So, and now I'm a CPA. So, the investment is paying off. The investment will pay off. But I would be lying to you if I told you that I spent all of this $64,000 on school-related expenses. I really probably could have gotten my degree using like half of this, just gotta accept what I did and own up to it and start paying it back. Because as I've seen on some videos recently, there are people who are in a lot more student loan debt than I am. And if you're there, I mean, I feel bad for you. I do sympathize. I understand how this debt can rack up, especially if you come from like a difficult like family household when you were a kid and you needed to get out of there, and like school was like your only way to do it, which kind of is how it was with me. But I did work throughout college. But yeah, if that's, if you do have more debt than this for your student loans, all you can do is just start making a little progress. Like, just start somewhere. Just take a deep dive, look at all of your student loans, go into your portal that shows all of your loans and balances, interest rates, unpaid interest amounts, and just try to, it helps me to put it on in an Excel spreadsheet and just like visualize what's going on. So hopefully once you do that, you'd be able to like come up with a plan to start paying it off. So my plan is to use the snowball method for paying off debt. I do understand that I would save more in interest over the lives of these loans if I started with the highest interest rate. But to be honest, I mean, even the 6.29 is not a crazy high interest rate for debt, in my opinion. So I think for me, the motivation it would give me to see some of these loans start falling off is the main reason why I'm going to be doing the snowball. And the snowball method is when you focus on your lowest balance loan, regardless of interest rate, and you pay all of the money that you can towards that first. And then you put that payment plus anything else that you can towards the next lowest, and just keep going until eventually everything's gone. Which, honestly, this $20,000 loan down here, oh, what was I thinking? But anyways, there's no going back in time. So all we can do is accept what we did and pay it back. But my reasoning for doing the snowball is, the mental motivation of getting some of these loans paid off quickly, but also it decreases my minimum monthly payment. So you can see, like, I took this from the loan summary in Nelnet, and my minimum monthly payment on these first, 6 loans is $42. So if I was able to pay off these loans, I'd be lowering my minimum monthly payment by $42. So, and in 1 year, a little bit less than a year, all of these minimum monthly payments are going to be increasing because of the repayment plan that I chose. So I really just want to start making progress on these things. So the plan is to take my money that I was using to pay off my credit card last year. I was making a monthly payment of about $1,000 a month towards that credit card to get it paid off within the 0% APR period. And now my thought process there is I was living okay while I was doing that payment, me and my wife were. So now I want to take that $1,000 and really put it to good use. So my plan is to start off, I don't want to overextend myself, so I'm going to start off paying $500 additional in addition to my minimum payment on towards my student loans every month. So that's going to get me to a $775 monthly payment on my student loans. I mean, that's basically the standard repayment plan. So I'm going to start off with this, and my hope is that I can afford to put more towards it. And then once I do that, once I know that, I'll increase the amount so that I can get these loans paid off in like even faster. So yeah, that is my plan, guys. Of course, not everybody loves Excel as much as me, but maybe if you are kind of feeling overwhelmed by your student loan debt and you need help kind of visualizing it and really putting into perspective your true situation, maybe doing something like this could help you out. So that's pretty much it for the student loans. That's my plan. We got it on auto debit and we're just going to let it run. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, whoever did. This is my first video, so I'm really excited to get this channel started and, just trying to live my life in this type of way, like just being transparent and, not trying to put out some facade that seems like everything's perfect, because really, everyone has problems. So a lot of them are financial based, and leads to stress, mental health problems, leads to like problems in your relationships with family, with spouses. So yeah, just want to be an example of how to kind of keep track of it. But anyways, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.